Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
OD can't manage. I mean, the day just got away from me.
Hello, gigglers. We're jet lagged.
We're not.
Okay, sorry. I'm jet lagged. I went to Barcelona 4 months ago, and I'm jet lagged. Just kidding. I didn't. I came from LA yesterday.
Yeah.
My left eye is twitching so bad that I couldn't put my eyeliner on. Has that ever happened to you? Like, it was twitching. I was like chasing it.
Have I ever been tweaking out so hard that I can't do my makeup? Yeah, for sure.
So it's 9 a.m. We're fighting for our life, but we have so much shit to talk about.
This is like our version of witching hour. Like, I woke up this morning, it was like 7:30. I was like, am I legit getting up to go do giggly squad?
I was like, shit needs to be talked. Let's go. I didn't even wake up Des. I was like, this is not for you.
I also, I miscalculated.
I mean,
I live in Guam. I straight up commute to work.
No, like, you have one place you have to physically be each week, and you chose the farthest possible apartment.
20 minutes into my drive, I'm like, This is interesting. I even contemplated, I was like, I might have to start taking the subway there. And then I laughed to myself.
I feel like I'm never right, but, like, was I low-key kind of right?
Yeah. No,
like, I spoke up about it.
Here's the thing, when, you are best friends with someone, when your best friend says something that's, 100% right, completely valid, if anyone else said it, you would be like, yes. When they say it, you immediately ignore it. Because you're like, no, that bitch is crazy. She's psychotic. She doesn't even know what's happening. And then, it comes to fruition. You have to just be like,
and also,
just ignore it.
I'm not even mad for you not listening because I assumed you weren't going to listen because, you thought that I was, low-key trying to force you to live next door to me, which is valid, which was so true. I just kept sending her apartments next door to me.
Do you truly feel like that? Because, sometimes I'll be thinking about, manifesting my life or, my literal partner will be like, where do you want to live? And in my head, I think, well, my kids have to go to school with Hannah's kids. So I'm waiting for her to decide if she's full-time Hamptons or full-time Brooklyn. Because then I could make a better informed decision.
Actually, someone asked me about kids recently, and I was like, well, Paige
isn't ready.
Isn't ready. And they were like, how does the math have anything to do with you? And I said, Paige isn't ready yet.
We're going to be 75 and be like, oh, we never did it. I'm like, well, you never picked a place to live. And you're like, well, you never were ready for kids. I'm like, okay, well, now we're here.
Well, you live so far away from where we record our podcast, you never made it. If Paige never comes again, we know what happens. Oh, so anyway, do you see it twitching?
Wait, yeah.
Sorry, my left eye has... I literally can't. I don't know how to function.
No, I get it.
So I was in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I've joined the Illuminati.
Yeah.
I do have to say, Grace said something hilarious because I walked in and that was my line. I said, hi, I'm back. I joined the Illuminati. And she goes, I feel like the Illuminati's kind of chuggy.
Wait. I feel like millennials are obsessed with the Illuminati and Gen Z's okay, get over it. Cults, it's whatever you want to believe. And we're like, okay.
I was like, sorry, you know how hard it was to meet Cat Williams and join the Illuminati and then you just call it chuggy? I worked my
She
whole life
also
for
said
this.
your skin was so good.
Which is crazy.
Which could be part of being in the Illuminati.
The baby's blood.
Yeah.
Or I got a little bit of vitamin D for the first time because I was walking in LA.
Yeah.
I low-key had why do I keep saying low-key?
You're just so fucking LA.
Is that?
I was watching your stories. Sometimes when you're not in New York, I don't know why. Not when you're in other places in the country. Really just specifically LA. I watch your stories as if I don't know you.
Wait, that's the biggest compliment ever? Because I feel like sometimes you don't watch my stories you're kind of you watch it in yeah, I know I was with her. I don't.
Right. I can click through because I'm like, oh, I was there, or oh, I know she told me about that.
LA, I'm put an outfit,
who is she?
Hoping that you comment on it.
Sometimes when you're you have your hand up and you're doing 0.5 stories, I'm like, who is she? She's living her best life.
I literally have to go through the week because I thought last episode was like the craziest story ever, and my week was gonna go downhill. LA threw so many fucking crazy.
Well, you like extended your trip. You're like, sorry, I'm not gonna be back till
I was there for
2025.
People were starting to get sick of me. They were like, "Do you live here now?" And I was like, "Okay, time to leave."
Mm-hmm.
After I spoke to the Gigglers, the next day I went to the roast.
Yes.
We haven't even talked about the roast.
No, we haven't even talked.
We haven't even talked.
I have so many questions.
Did you watch it?
Fully through. Start to finish.
Ask me anything.
Full through.
AM fucking A. Oh, she pulled out her phone. Oh, she has notes. She's never
I
once
have
said.
so many notes. Okay, now, as a viewer watching it live, everyone's talking about Kim Kardashian. I just like love that she stole the show. First of all, this is my first statement I want to say. I thought she crushed it.
I have so much to say. So Kim was 2 tables in front of me, which is crazy. Because we're sitting there for 5 hours. Like I sat with Kim for 5 hours.
You breathed in some of the air that she exhaled.
I'm a little mad because I think once she looked at me like the one time I was filming her. So I was kind of Kim, or maybe she was like, "Is that the Giggly Squad girl?"
Yeah.
No,
I feel like she did.
She didn't come up to me and be like, "Oh, I know every pretty girl in LA, and how do I not know you?"
She didn't. Jen Garner.
Wait, Jen Garner commented on our Instagram.
She did. What did she say?
She like all these hearts and stuff. Grace quit.
Just quit.
Oh yeah, didn't Jennifer Garner comment on our Instagram?
What'd she say?
A lot of emojis. Oh, yeah, she posted a grandma, which is so funny.
No, I love her. No, I'm so obsessed
what?
with her.
Okay, shout out Jen.
No, I'll literally throw myself in front of a bus
so
for her.
fucking much. Capital One. Okay, so So anyway, we sit down, and I've never been to like an award show. It felt like an award show.
Yeah.
And I was sitting like right up, and everyone's kind of looking around. Jim Gaffigan stands up. He's sitting at Chelsea Handler's table, and he starts walking away from his table. And I turn to my friend and go, "That's Jim Gaffigan. Like, we know each other." Like,
that's Jimmy.
That's Jimmy. It's old Jim. Old Jim doing his thing. I realized he's walking towards me.
Oh.
He's walking towards me. And then I realized he
like,
just came to like
bit.
stand here and gossip with me. Like he literally is like, "So like who's that TikToker over there?" Like
wait,
at one point
feel like he's so good at like having the tea, but not being a gossiper.
Oh yeah, because he's joking.
Yeah, he's kidding.
He asked me like who one comic was, and then at one point we were just laughing, and he goes, "Why are the kids choking these days?" And I was like, "I'm not into it.
Why
scared."
are the kids choking?
And then we find out he grew up in the place in Indiana where my brother lives, and so anyway,
it's very cosmic.
It was very cosmic. So Jim and I are best friends and I couldn't even process, like to the point where I was like, "Jim, do you want a photo? Like, what are we doing?" No.
Wait, I just want to say one thing. When you were sitting there and Kim went up to do her set, was the whole place booing or was it?
Let me give you every moment. So first of all, we all sat down, and the roast was like the second it was about to start, Kim and her publicist just like very quietly, sneakily walked
no one knew she was coming.
No one knew she was coming, and she really like
people were like mad about that too.
That what?
I saw like clips on TikTok that comedians were like, "Oh, why is she above other celebrities? They didn't tell them because they knew that like all the comedians would make a joke about her if she was there."
Well, let's be honest. If all the comics were making jokes about her, people would have been annoyed because it's the Tom Brady roast, and like leave Kim alone. Okay, leave Kim. Okay.
Yep.
Let me begin.
Yeah.
So she gets, and she's just sitting there, and she's so cute. Like I'm watching her, like she's literally like watching, turning to her friend, giggling, checking her phone.
She's a girl.
She's a girl.
She's literally just
being a girl. She's just a girl. And like, yeah, she has a ton of drama with the other most famous woman in the world right now. But like,
at the end of the day, they're both just girls.
They're both girls, girlhooding.
Yeah.
So we had no idea she was going to go up. The second I hear them call her name, I immediately am nervous for her.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Kimberly?
Yep.
Noelle,
Kardashian.
I know the whole world's watching. Like, to see someone, and she's not.
No, I would have thrown up.
It's not like she's a football player about to play football. Like,
No.
this is crazy. So I'm watching her.
Right, it's not like she's in her element
No.
doing something. She's
No.
outside of her box.
And in that moment, I realized, like, this is why she's so successful. Like, either she's an AI robot,
yeah.
or like she handled this moment with such calmness and grace.
Yeah.
Because she not only went up and did the joke, she went up and like murdered.
No, like, is funny.
Destroyed.
Like, fully murdered.
So what happened is she got up and the crowd was very like, ooh. And then it kind of turned into some boos. But there's also like 20,000 people. So like,
which is insane.
not everyone was booing. It's just there's so many people. And I immediately am upset.
Yeah.
So I stand up because she could see me. I stand up. Because
Wait, you're like, that's my friend.
That's my friend. So
you're not gonna do that to my friend in front of me.
And no one else is standing up around me. I don't care. In this moment, I know she needs me. I stand up and I start clapping like this. Because why are we acting like Kimberly Noel Kardashian has done anything worse than any of the men on that stage? Kim Kardashian's never beaten her wife.
No. Has done anyone on the stage?
Probably.
Sorry to everyone sitting on the stage. We don't actually think that allegedly. Just in mathematics, one of you has to have.
In mathematics,
there's one of you that has.
One of you has
hit a girl.
Hit a girl, or at least been rude to a girl.
Yeah, more than
gave an STD to a girl.
Hundreds.
Or put girls in therapy.
Yeah.
Or
there's a bunch of football players up there.
Yeah.
They've done some fuck shit to girls.
Okay, if I was stuck in a forest, would you rather be stuck with Kimberly Noel Kardashian or any of those men on the stage?
I would, Gronk is one. I would be like, beat that bear up. He'd be like 100%.
Take the shot glass, break a shard of glass into the bear's eye.
Okay, as a viewer, we couldn't tell.
The booze.
Yeah, like we couldn't hear them.
So she's a genius because she was just playing to the camera. You can either play to the room or the camera.
Yeah.
Where like Ben Affleck was playing to the camera, like completely bombing.
No.
But I was looking at my
How
agent.
no one booed him.
Well, because everyone was confused. Like no one knew what was happening. Or they were like, maybe this is a lead up to something.
I thought it definitely had to be. I was like, there's
gonna be a
crazy
reveal.
There's gonna be a crazy beat drop. He's leading up to something, and then when it was serious, I was like, oh, this guy's speaking from his own experience, from his own heart. Like I felt
this guy went Roger, then Gronk. Like, but also.
I feel like there's gonna be a moment where you just see Tom Brady like with his hand on his shoulder, like it's gonna be okay, dude. Like. Calm down, first of all.
It was it was the one part of the roast where like I was there for 4 hours. It was the only time I lost focus.
Here's another thing I'll say about Kim Kardashian and the booze. First of all, anyone who goes somewhere and boos not at a sporting event, immediate jail time. What are you doing?
No,
like you're booing?
You're booing someone expressing themselves?
No, that's like clapping on a plane. Like, keep your hands to yourself and shut your mouth.
But it's so funny how people were mad she was there, but then they were also mad that she didn't make it about her and let all the comics. It's like she's not on the stage.
Also, let's just point out, everyone sitting in that crowd, they're football fans. They're fans of Tom Brady. That's like a different crowd. I'm sure like the majority of the people are from Boston.
Yeah.
Which like shout out to Boston because that's our favorite place to do Giggly Squad.
Yeah.
But I will say, I would be very weary of men who like loathe Kim Kardashian.
No, that is such a red flag.
It's
man
such
who
a red flag.
boos a woman.
It's kind of like if you break it down, men that like really hate Kim Kardashian is because they hate that she like flipped the script on all of them.
Yeah.
They hate that
she's successful.
She became famous because yes, she had a sex tape, so she used her body. So the men were like, "You can't do that. You're not allowed to use
We
your
choose when you're hot."
Yeah, we choose when you're not a whore. Then she was like, "Oh, actually, I'm also super fucking smart, and like I'm gonna be a lawyer and I'm gonna do all of this thing." And the men were like, "No, you can't be both. You can't be like this sex icon and smart." And she's like, "Well, actually, I can, and I'll be like a billionaire out of it." So like the men that like loathe her existence freak me out.
Yeah,
because it's like, what are you so mad about? And then I really took it back, and I was like, "What does my dad think?" My dad loves her.
My dad loves her too.
Loves her.
But like not in a creepy way.
No,
in
it's like proud of her.
she's killing it.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian, she crushes. And so then I was like, interesting. Keep that in the back of your mind, ladies.
That is such a great thing to ask a guy on a first date.
Yeah. Thoughts on Kim Kardashian?
Just
hate her or
thoughts.
love her?
Hate her, love her.
And if they're like, oh, I don't really have an opinion,
Great.
even better.
Give him a blowjob.
He doesn't even know what's going on. He's dumber than you expected, and that's great for us.
I've always been obsessed with like successful people.
I can't wait for Chris to go on a date
date
now, and
He has
he's
notes.
like, someone just asked me if I love or hate Kim Kardashian, and it's scaring me.
Okay, I do think that eventually we should do some sort of dating show with Chris and the Gigglers, because the Gigglers all want to fuck Chris.
Yeah. But they don't know what he looks like or
which is such a Giggler thing to do, because we're women in the arts. We are creative. We're gonna make up in our
their
head.
Own scenarios.
They heard his voice, and also they like that he gets our humor.
Yes.
So honestly, marriage material.
Yeah, there's something there.
There's something there, and like because if Chris, don't get your head all big. Look at him looking at me all happy.
Even if we made it just like some clips, like we don't even have to do a full date. Like we'll decenter you.
Wait, I love that. So anyway, Kim, when she walked on stage, and the average person wouldn't be able to handle that moment. Or the average person would be like, actually, I'd rather stay home because I'm rich.
No, could you imagine standing up on a stage and 20,000 people just booing
and then
you?
all these like hot football guys watching you?
Laughing, and then I would have passed out. I've been like, this is actually insane. And then I'd be like, it's too much. It's overload.
The fact
just faint.
The fact she didn't faint was iconic.
No. I'm like, if she didn't immediately go backstage and vomit, then she should be president.
She literally did it, sat back down, and enjoyed the rest of the show.
No, and then at the end, then the very last guy that went, I mean, he just like eviscerated her when he said like, oh, speaking of a whale's vagina, I go, if you say Kimberly Noel, I will lose my fucking mind. And she just sat there and was like, good one.
No, that's hilarious. Also, like when you're a girl on the roast, it's like they're gonna make fun of your pussy.
Right, that's the other thing.
It's like a good one. Good whales, good.
I made Craig watch Bridgerton with me this weekend because I'm getting ready for the new season. And every other word,
because I'm training for the new season.
I'm literally training. I watch all of them. And every other word or like why you can't do something, I'm like, well, he would like ask a question. I'm like, no, they can't do that because they're a girl. And he's like, well, why can't they get married? I'm like, because she's considered a whore. So they can't. And
like,
he was,
the men made these rules.
No, and he was
to your
so
people.
baffled about it. And I was like, okay, it's not that much different today. Literally, they wanted to kill Kim Kardashian because she got fucked on camera and now is a billionaire and they can't handle it. So it's literally nothing has changed.
Also, oops, sorry. That's the police coming for you.
It's the Illuminati. They're like, she's figured out too much.
She called us Chuki.
Wait, we would have beef with the Illuminati. Like, could you imagine someone coming to us and
if
like,
we disappear, it was the Illuminati.
Yeah, we're like, we just feel like you guys are doing too much.
Cat Williams is like, I told you them giggles spot. They talk too much. I can do like 20% Cat Williams.
You can do someone doing Cat Williams.
She's absolutely right about that. She's absolutely right. Takes a genius to know a genius.
Wait, that was really good. That last one was good.
One more thing about Kimberly Noel.
Yeah, I'll make a whole separate podcast about her.
Do not come for her vagina, because we all know for a fact, I've seen her wear these bikinis. The girl has a marble vagina. There's there's not even a hole.
No.
I don't even know how she got pregnant.
It's a sliver.
We all know. We've all seen it. Oh, God. So
no,
anyway.
I love her so much.
But then the tea that I want to give the Gigglers is there's an after party.
Yes, which I heard Tom didn't even go to.
Tom and Kimberly did
Didn't
not go. So people, I think, were trying to be like, where's Tom and Kim? Where's Tom and Kim? Part of me was like, Kim, if you're going to show up, have sex with him.
Wait.
And I don't mean it in like a this
is a hot take though. I feel like Tom.
I stand them.
Really? Because I feel like Tom gives Kim the ick.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I feel like when Tom initially got single, Kim was like, wait, this could be so cool. And then Tom did something. She was like, wait, no. Because I just don't think you can go from the type of guys that Kim has been dating.
Pete Davidson and Tom Brady are two of the most different people.
You can't go funny guy swag to meathead athlete.
Yeah. And I don't...
Pretty boy.
Funny is definitely not his thing.
100% no.
But those are literally the men that I would go for back in the day. The ones who were like so tall, so beautiful, so not funny. And then I'd wonder why something was off.
Because you have to be smart to be funny. And that's what Victoria Beckham told me.
And she remembered.
And I remembered.
3 years later. So I get into the after party and...
First of all, wait, your outfit?
So I found my stylist.
I mean, that's your stylist.
I found my stylist, Tabitha Sanchez. Shout out to you. Mm-hmm. She just starts pulling outfits for me, right? Yeah. And I'm like, what is this? And she goes, 2004 Dolce.
The fashion world is sometimes so...
No one says Dolce & Gabbana. They only say Dolce.
It's that Dolce Vita lifestyle.
She just goes 2004 Dolce.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if this is gonna like fit. Just like I hope it fits.
You immediately like put it on and you're like, yes, I'm a monster.
Well, someone said they were like, Dolce is made for like Sophia Loren. Like they design it for voluptuous Italian women. Mm-hmm. So she was like, your body's actually perfect for it. Like a model would have to like get it cut up and stuff. Yeah. She was like, this was made for your body. And I said, bury me in this.
No, literally.
And I showed up so main character energy to that roast.
You also just like, here's the other thing like about fashion. When you're wearing something that like so feels you, like it changes your whole perception of things. Like so when people are like, oh, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, you put too much pressure on it. Like, no, it literally connects to your energy and you're different.
People were treating me with respect.
No, because you were probably walking in standing different, commanding a room different because you're like, I know that I fucking look so good and I love this outfit.
I love
so, like, nothing could go wrong.
My mom literally called me because I was like, why did they put me in like they put me like in the Deadline article? Like, did you see that was crazy?
I thought Grace photoshopped it in and it was a bit.
No, for real. I called my mom. Like, I started dying laughing. I'm like, why did they do that? And she goes, I don't know.
I was like,
maybe
who hired Grace at Deadline for 2 weeks?
Or like a giggler works at Deadline. It's a giggler.
Definitely.
A giggler 100%. Definitely was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if we swapped Kim and Hannah?
I genuinely feel like the gigglers are all around the country just like pranking us with certain shit. And they're like, wait till they see this. They're going to die laughing. It's like, we can't have our faces on a strip club. Like,
but it's giving Illuminati.
No, it is.
So I called my mom and we were laughing about it. And she goes, well, this is what happens when you invest like time and energy into your outfit and your makeup.
No, that is the most mom
shit. And I was like, okay, thank you. Okay, I'm trying really hard out here. Like, I'm tired. And I'm like trying to like, I have a lot going on. But like, thank you. Thank you, Mom. I'm trying really hard.
She's like, you're doing good. But just remember, you can always be better.
But she is. It's so funny. I feel like our moms use each other against each other. I don't, but no. Because I know Kim is rooting for me. Where my mom will be like, Paige puts effort every week into how she looks. Yeah. Paige has time off. You know what she does? She invests it in herself. And you see the results of it.
My mom literally hit me the other day with one of the most diabolical sentences. I did something and she just straight-faced looked at me and she goes, you're a lot like your dad. And I was just like...
Wait, that's the meanest thing I've ever heard.
No, I literally looked at her. And, like, at first I was like, because my dad is, like, the nicest guy ever. Like, truly the most empathetic, the most compassionate. Like,
but he's not running the show. He's not running the show.
But at any moment, he can just be like, fuck you. Like, he will switch at any moment. Not
he's
like,
Italian.
Not like, oh, he's insane, but like if someone does something, then he can switch. So like,
don't take my kindness for weakness.
Exactly.
Gary DeSorbo.
So my first reaction was like, oh, thank you, and then I was like, fuck you. Like I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
How dare you compare me to a man?
No, and I've thought about it every day since. I'm like, what did she mean by that though?
It's so funny because last week I was feeling myself and I was like, I know people say I'm a lot like dad, but like, let's be honest, I'm like you. And she's like, you are? And I hung up. It was the nicest compliment I've ever gotten. I was like, my mom said I'm like her.
There is like sometimes there will be moments with your mom where you're both like just both being just like girls.
Mhm.
And like your mom will say something, like I'll say something to my mom like that I'm afraid of or scared of. And I'm like, well, what would you do? And she'll say like, oh my God, you're so much smarter than me anyway, or like stronger, or like why are you even worried? And in that moment, you're like, oh, we're just like girls.
We're just girls
like,
hanging.
Yeah, literally.
Shout out to our moms.
No, we love our moms.
So I get to the after party. I'm trying to think of the tea. I mean, Shane Gillis is hanging out with, like, in the corner with, like, Dave Chappelle. Dave is smoking a cigarette.
I love that Dave does not abide by any smoke laws, like, anywhere. Like, I'm pretty, like, 1995, I think it was, like, a law. You can't smoke anywhere. And Dave was like, not me.
Even cancer, he's like, nope.
No,
thank you.
Unsubscribe.
Block. So they're there, and then Tom Segura actually came up to me, said hi, and also I'm best friends with Andrew Collin, who wrote some jokes. Shout out for Nikki on the roast, which we didn't even bring up.
We didn't even.
Nikki, I mean, they only had 2 women on stage,
right?
And like that was a lot of pressure for her.
Yeah,
she was so prepared. She's done these so much. I know all the guys were like practicing their set, but I just knew that she was going in with like a vengeance. Like she had an extra chip on her shoulder.
Yeah.
And then like throughout the whole rest of the roast, a lot of the guys were like falling asleep. Like you couldn't see it, but they were like, okay, Nikki is sitting there laughing, high-fiving Jeff Ross. Like she's
working.
That bitch is working for her check. Yep. And it's just so great for people to see how fucking amazing she is.
Even that small difference with men and women, men can sit there.
Yep.
Who's next
Bert
up?
Kreischer, we were joking, was literally reading the teleprompter with his mouth, lying there and reading it out loud and laughing.
Imagine if Nikki did that. They'd be like, she can never come on another
her
roast.
Off stage with her, dragged her.
Yeah. And her to sit there for 4 hours.
In her tiny dress.
Your shoulders must have hurt so much.
She also looked really good, that's not important. But when she walked in, I kept trying to mouth. I said, "You look beautiful."
No, she looked.
She had definitely no idea what I was saying to her. She kept being like, "What?"
Yeah.
But
also her hair color is the perfect blonde right now. I think.
Yeah. So no, something about it. She's just like she's glowing.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Nikki because when I was on the come up, she literally took me around to spots in Manhattan, like at the stands in the cellar. Like imagine
stop.
And literally
she was your mentor.
She's my mentor. So she's my mentor.
She's literally what we say, like, girls need to help girls who are like in the same profession.
She literally was like, do you want to just come to some spots with me? And I just followed her around, asked her like the dumbest questions, and she answered it all. And it just felt like it makes it feel touchable and tangible. Yeah. So shout out to Nikki. So you're hanging out with Nikki, then Gronk is just like talking to everyone. I went up to him and I was like, you're actually very smart. And he just was like, thank you. And I was like, oh God, that didn't go very well.
Wait,
he missed it.
He was like one of the best parts of the show.
Because he was so Gronk.
He was being so Gronk. Like, and
if he wasn't like that, people would have been upset.
And the funniest part about it was like everyone that was making jokes about him all night long. You're like, oh my God, wait, that's so funny. That's like blah, blah, blah. Then he gets up and says one word and you're like, wow, you just made everyone else's joke so much funnier because you are exactly what they described.
I could see the teleprompter. He went off the teleprompter for like 2 minutes to the point they gave Kevin Hart the mic to be like, maybe we might have to segue this.
Yeah.
That's the thing why the roast also was so impressive because like we knew it could have been a complete shit show.
Yeah.
And somehow it just wasn't.
Kevin Hart did a great job like keeping
navigating.
The flow. That had to have been so hard.
He's such a talented professional host. Side note, who do you think was
the funniest?
I thought was the most attractive
guy up there?
Mm-hmm.
Who do I think you thought was the best looking guy up on the stage?
Like, who would I be into?
Oh my God.
Not to make it about me.
I would say
besides
I would
Bill
pick.
Belichick, who was so funny. Literally imagine going around a party.
I think you're going Tom or Gronk.
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew
Fuck,
Bledsoe.
I forgot he was on this
He's
stage.
such a zaddy. His voice was so low. I met him afterwards. He's huge. I was just like talking to his belly button. So, and like funny. And also he's the guy who like, do you know the story of Drew Bledsoe?
Yeah.
He's the fucking.
This is a
everyone needs to
sports
watch it. Yeah, this is a sports podcast. He's the star.
His joke when he talked about his 30th wedding anniversary. That's so good.
That is funny.
That was so good.
So he is the star. They call it the franchise quarterback. They're paying him millions and millions of dollars. He gets completely obliterated. His knees like falls off.
Yeah.
He's in the hospital.
His knee was like, I quit. Walks off.
His knee was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And then so then they throw Tom in, this young quarterback.
Yep.
And he's like, does okay, does better. Next thing you know, they're like doing really well.
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe finally is healed and is like, what's up, guys? I'm ready to like go back. I'm getting paid $10 million to be the star quarterback. And they literally Bill Belichick goes, actually, Tom's gonna stay in.
Should you?
So he lost his job because he got injured and Tom became great and then he got traded off. So like, but he showed up to that roast to be like, that was the hottest thing. Like, I love a guy who is actually can laugh at himself.
Yeah.
And like, it's almost like more of an ick that Tom won 7 Super Bowls.
It's like gross.
Like Drew is like
no, guys,
stronger.
Not that I'm just
He's been
like
through more.
I'm not just like blindly like, oh, I hate men. Like sometimes yes, but like this was one of those moments where I was just like, Tom Brady's literally giving me the ick.
Well, also when Bill Belichick went on, the way he's changed the way he was sitting, like he literally turned to him and was like, Daddy, love me, Daddy. It was so funny.
I thought, I was convinced at the very, very end, like before Tom got up, that Giselle was just going to walk out.
Well, there was murmurs that Giselle was there.
If they were in a better spot personally, I think that would have been the funniest thing. Like if they were actually cool with each other, and she walked out and was like, now I'm actually gonna roast you, and it's just like,
yeah, they're definitely not there.
No.
But also the fact that he got mad at the Robert Kraft massage joke, but then didn't care that everyone just ripped on his wife.
Yeah, didn't give a shit
the whole time.
Yeah.
But Robert Kraft
was that when he got up and said to Jeff Ross, like, don't say
knock
that again?
Off.
That gave me the ick.
From the live audience, we didn't catch it. Like,
interesting.
It was not picked up to like, we didn't hear it at all. I just know that Jeff Ross afterwards was like kind of apologizing to him and Kevin Hart called him a little bitch. But we didn't, when I heard the audio, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like that in the crowd. Also, Robert Kraft was like dying laughing. He was at the after party. Like,
what was the joke he even made?
Because Robert Kraft, it's like just a fact that he got in trouble because he like paid for a happy ending massage.
Oh.
If I had a nickel.
Literally if I had a nickel.
Literally if I had a nickel. And that man has a lot of nickels.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not the worst thing he's paid for sexually. Come on.
So, yeah, I saw Andrew Schultz at the after party and, like, it was just all very fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this has been amazing these 2 days. So I get home, and when I was getting my hair and makeup done, you know when there's just, like, chaos in the hotel room? I get back, can't find my charger, which is, like, a literal nightmare. I'm in a foreign land, no charger. I'm scared. I'm alone. And I have to be up at 6 a.m. for this charity golf tournament.
What?
Just wait. So there's 4% of my phone. So I like put it on airplane mode. I like freak out. I somehow wake up in time. I charge it in the Uber. I get there and they're like, look, everyone's just here to play golf. No one's like trying to get interviewed. But like if we get some interviews, fine. Just let's see what happens. No pressure.
Are you playing in it?
So somehow yeah.
Okay.
I am playing in it also. I ended up just playing with Jared Freed the whole time. Like, they were like, go play and network with new people. I was like, hey, Jared. He was like, we've known each other for 8 years. I was like, hey. We had so much fun, though, but like.
We probably had so much gossip to catch up on.
So much. Shout out to Jared. I had so much fun playing with you. Like, actually, I'm so happy I played with you and not someone else because I would have, like, embarrassed myself saying something stupid. Yeah. So I'm standing there.
Jared made a Justin's peanut butter cup joke, and I don't know why, I just like never forgot it. Like it just like really stuck in my head.
Jared loves a food joke. He loves a food joke. Me and him were eating peanuts. It was just really fun.
Yeah.
So they go, Cat Williams coming. I did not think Cat Williams would be the first one to show up at the golf charity event.
I did not take him as a prompt.
Nothing's not I just didn't see it.
Punctual man.
I not see it. I think he like the night before had his like special or like tuna. I don't know. I just didn't even think he was gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, Cat Williams is here. So I'm interviewing Rory Scovel, who's my favorite person, and Cat Williams is just watching. And apparently he was like, what's all this about?
Yeah.
And like he wasn't sure if he wanted to get interviewed.
Yep.
Don't know what happens. Next thing you know, he's walking towards me. And I was
I'm freaking.
I've trained my whole life for this.
Yeah.
I felt like a calmness. I looked this motherfucker in the eye and I said, Cat, your everyday I'm hustling beginning to a stand-up special was the greatest start of a stand-up special, and you inspired me to do comedy. He immediately like lights up.
Yeah.
Like happy.
Because at the end of the day, he's a man and all you got to do is compliment them one time.
But I would also argue Cat Williams is a girl's girl.
Oh.
Cat Williams he's gossiping.
Yeah.
He's conspiring.
Yep.
He's
taking people down.
He's
like, whatever, I'll say it.
He's a girl's girl. So I was like,
he's the girlfriend that like is like, whatever, I'll text him and ask.
Literally.
And I want to work toward that every single day to be that. Like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I'll text him.
So, and he also came with a fit. Like looking, like he put thought into his fit. So the first question I obviously go, Cat, what was your inspiration behind this outfit today?
What's the journey?
And he basically waits like 8 seconds before answering. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going great. Like, literally give me anything. I can't.
Yeah.
So he thinks before he speaks.
Yeah.
And then he starts going, and I think I start giggling. And next thing you know, I'm like, we're riffing. And then he starts singing some song, because I was like, how do you relax or something? He starts singing. I start singing with him. He calls us Ebony and Ivory. I sang with him for like,
you're women in the arts.
multiple minutes. And then finally I asked, like, what's your least favorite golf rule? And he starts going on this whole rant about like, well, rules are made up. Rules are this thing. Like, just talking about rules. And I'm like, you have to go for it. Like, I felt like there was a moment there. And I just go, why do I feel like you don't know any golf rules with the way you answered that question? And he pauses. And everyone is like tense.
Did he laugh?
He goes,
wait, I watched the video.
I know. He goes, it takes a genius to know a genius. And then I just calmly look at the camera. I go, Cat Williams just buried me. And he starts doing this hilarious dance. Everyone's clapping. It was like the greatest moment of my life. This is the first interview.
So, did you call your dad and tell him?
Well, I walk off and I go, guys, let's leave.
Yeah, no, we got it. There's nothing else for us to do
There's
here.
nothing for us to do here. We got the shot.
Jared can hit by himself.
Jared doesn't fucking need me. Like, I'll leave Jared for dead. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I have to find a charger for my phone. Meanwhile, my phone is rapidly dying and I'm pretending I'm a professional.
Women literally, the craziest thing can be happening to us and we can just sit. Literally, Kim Kardashian was booed in front of 20,000 people and she sat there with a smile on her face. Like, we could be bleeding from our vaginas and we're just... Like, something could be going on, but in the back of your head, your phone's dying.
But we're the emotional ones.
No, but we're crazy.
We're crazy. You know how bad it has to be for us to actually go crazy?
No. Don't tempt me.
Don't get me get there. So I'm like, we're done. Then they go, oh, Will Ferrell's here.
No.
So I told everyone, I go, Cat Williams was my North Star. I'm done. Then I go, wait. Actually, Will Ferrell's also my North Star.
Like a true girl.
He was my, like, on the pod, I said,
he would be your number one. He's your... You love him.
Give me a chance. Or what is it called? What are the Gen Zs doing?
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell, when I say this man is an angel among us, first of all, is making him giggle.
Yeah. I feel like he is also one of the girls.
He's a girl's girl.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like, I'm very, like, I want to do the interview quick, and then I'm like, get out there, like, sorry for wasting your time, please leave. He literally just stands there and he goes, are you playing? And I'm like, I can't handle this.
No, he's like just
and
chatting
like,
up.
Yeah, and then of course I'm like, I was a tennis player,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my wife loves tennis. What's your opinion on pickleball? Next, we're like having a
all of a sudden you're in a league together, and you're like, how did we get here?
But when you have small talk with people throughout your life, and then like you're having no,
I try to avoid it at all costs.
But like pickleball is a very standard small talk conversation for tennis players. So I'm having like a normal small talk conversation with Will Ferrell, and it's just so fucking crazy.
No, that's
because I actually don't ever remember him ever being like normal. Like he's always doing a bit.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, see you out there. And I was like,
Right, like even him coming out on the roast, like he was doing a bit on top of a bit.
He's always like I think that
he had
might
layers of bits.
So many layers. He's a genius.
Yeah.
So that happens, and I'm like, how is today like I never thought a morning would be a good experience for me, but I'm experiencing the best morning I've ever had. Then Charlie Day comes out. I made fun of his mustache. You know Charlie Day from Always Sunny?
Yes.
I make fun of his mustache. You could tell it was like too early for me to do. Like he was like, okay, like he's a nice man.
Like, okay, we're just trying to play golf for the kids.
Yeah, and I literally was like,
He's
what's,
like, this is a
what's with the
charity,
mustache?
lady.
He was like, what? And then he was like, actually, it's for a role. And I'm like, that's literally the only answer.
Yeah, that someone
Like
could
men
give.
would be like, military. I'm like, that's not a role that you need to have a mustache if you're in the military. They love to say it's a rule. I'm not shout out.
Heard someone
No, they always go for the military. I think it's because they can't have a beard, so they just go with the mustache and they blame the military.
Just go to therapy. Talk about your mom. Let it out.
Then I met Blake Griffin.
Oh.
You know what? Shyer than I thought. Like shyer, sweeter, not like a big, loud personality. Very, very sweet and funny.
Yeah.
Who
he used to go out in the city. I would see him out a lot.
Oh,
I never talked to him though.
He's kind of like laid back.
Yeah.
You know who's not laid back? David Spade.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
My new best friend. He was hilarious. Like like David Spade and I are friends now.
I mean, did you guys exchange numbers? Did you see anyone on the plane going or coming there?
On the plane, I saw the woman from oh God. Wait, I said it.
Tara
Lipinski. The woman.
Oh, the actor from
Yes.
T-Mobile, Verizon.
No, but yeah, that was at Erewhon. The one from there was one on the plane. Also the. Yeah.
Me when anyone asks me a question, and then maybe me in any professional setting ever.
Oh God! Wait, I'm trying to figure out if there's any other people. I met Bill Burr, who was like angry at 9 a.m.
Okay,
so on brand.
Well,
Just
what
ranting.
you were missing in New York City while you were like out living your freaking life.
Sorry, I'm still name dropping. I'm not done name dropping.
I don't know if you saw, but New York City made a portal, which is basically a video chat call with Dublin.
Dublin?
Did you see that in Ireland?
Yeah. Well, some giggler out there is like, Hannah needs to see Dez's other family.
They've already closed it, shut down. It's over.
People are showing their dicks.
A girl got up, flashed her tits.
Yeah, obviously.
And they were like,
which side, New York or Dublin?
New York, obviously. I was like, this is why we can't have anything nice.
This is why we can't have nice things.
And I just like...
Wait, I didn't know that. It's gone?
It like just happened like yesterday. They were like, and we're done with that. That was a great...
Some kid in Dublin's just like crying. Mommy?
No, but like the thing that I was like, was really annoying me. I was like... First of all, I blame, you know me, I blame everything on the mayor. Like, even if it has nothing to do with the mayor. I'm just like, what? Why the fuck do we need a Zoom 24/7 with Ireland, of all places? Like, what's going on in Ireland?
Also, it's literally like chat roulette.
No, I'm like, stop calling it a portal. You're freaking everyone out.
You're freaking everyone out.
It's a literal Zoom that's probably going to end in 45 minutes because those timers are really finicky.
Shout out whatever girl showed her tits. Can you DM us?
It was like a like OnlyFans girl.
Oh, so she's professional.
Yeah, no,
she was like, people
she
pay
was like,
for
no,
this.
I actually know how to do it right.
She's like, it wasn't just some drunk girl at brunch. She was like, sorry.
She's like, actually, you're supposed to go right then left. You're doing it all wrong.
But also, like, with our tax dollars, do I have to really see more Dublin fuckboys?
That's what's really pissing me off. I'm like, who built this fucking portal?
Then I did After Midnight with Taylor Tomlinson.
Wait, I watched it the other morning. I'm a freaking mom.
You're a stage mom.
I'm a stage mom. Paige and I have these weird moments where, like, I'll just text her when I just get a weird vibe. Like, a good vibe, but, like, just want to be like, hi. Like, I think I said hi, like, I miss you, chicken. Yes.
And you were like, I'm literally watching your videos right now.
I woke up early because I was, like, having anxiety. Shout out. And so I'm, like, sitting on the couch, like, by myself, trying to just, like, freaking meditate. So I'm like, I know what I need.
Trying to process one emotion.
I'm like, I need to see Hannah. So I'm like, oh, Hannah's episode.
Wait, I'm your comfort person.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll put that on. Like, I'll watch that. It's light. It's funny. It like
won't have to think too
I
hard.
won't have to think at all. It's like, she's here. I'll be fine. And it was so funny.
Oh
and
God,
Brandon, I know.
Kyle. BKG.
He's
Brandon
very
Kyle
funny.
So funny, so nice. I was nervous because I'd never done a show like that. I also haven't been allowed to be on a cable show in years. I don't know how that let me back on that. They were like, just after midnight, she could go on. So I wore Mew Mew for you.
Wait, that's what I want to say. You looked phenomenal.
Thank you. But the most embarrassing thing is at each commercial break, after the first break, the like showrunner guy comes up to me and goes, hey, can I grab you?
Live? Was it live? No.
No.
Yeah.
But he was like, can I grab you for a second?
Yeah.
Takes me off the stage and I go, I'm fired again. I was like, what did I fucking do? And because he definitely seemed like he was being awkward about it, where I'm like, did I say something? Like, and he pulls me aside and he goes, hey, you have a little. I'm like, what?
You're sweating.
I'm sweating. So he pulls me aside, he goes, can we just blow dry? And I was like, yeah, you literally scared the fuck out of me. I thought I was fired. And he's like, no, you're sweating. I go, I don't care if I'm sweating. I'll hold my hands down. He goes, well, let's
like,
blow dry.
We care.
We care. They were like,
this is our show.
They go, we have to uphold some kind of respect.
We care about aesthetics.
Yeah. So they literally take me aside, blow drying me. Everyone's waiting for me to be blow dried.
Stop.
Like a fucking wet
What they don't
rat.
tell you in Hollywood.
What they don't tell you.
Yeah.
Hollywood's a crazy place. So they put me back in. And I'm like, but I think it's like, it was because it was a game. Like I wasn't nervous at all. I was like, well, actually I was trying to not be competitive. I really was trying. I was like, this is art.
It's a game show, but like not really.
Well, they told me, the first thing they say, they go, this is not a real game show. And I go, that's what people say when they don't want you to win. That's what they say when they want you to be distracted. They go, don't worry, it's for fun. That's what they say. That's what losers say.
Yeah.
So then they pull me off again, blow dry me again. And I realized, oh,
you
this
got
is a
blow
thing.
dried twice?
And Taylor's like waiting for me.
Yeah.
Then they pull me aside. They take out these like pads. And I go, this is Mew Mew. You can't just like stick a pad onto the Mew Mew. And they were like,
wait, Hannah.
If they literally put
I'm so happy that
period pads on my Mew Mew.
You were like, no, this is
high
Mew Mew.
heels on my.
You were like,
what is that? It's Dolce & Gabbana. That's how I'm feeling.
period pads on my pitties.
Period pads on my pitties. Okay, name of the episode, period pads on my pitties. Put it on my tombstone.
I feel like Nikki would be so proud.
They put it on my Mew Mew.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I text Paige? I don't know if this is legal. I was like, I think this is illegal. Like
I think there's a stylist that just died somewhere. That's how it works.
The fashion community is very mad at me already, and I'm literally on the edge. So I end up having these period pads in my arms.
Yep.
But it was so funny because I'm chill, but like, I'm chill. I'm like, you're not being competitive or weird. Like, you're not freaking anyone out.
I love the classic, don't be weird. You're not being
weird.
The conversation in your own head where it's like, you're not being weird. You're being cool. Just continue that. Don't be weird. It's a weird inner monologue.
Do you know when you're a competitive person, when someone, and it's not like I'm not even competitive with other people. It's more like I'm competitive with myself because I have PTSD that like people will be disappointed with me if I lose. Oh God. So I'm standing there and I'm like, no one cares if you want to lose. This is a game. It's stupid. This is nothing to do with your self-worth.
Yep.
And I'm literally like, don't show anyone that you have a crazy winning, like competitive side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so chill. And I'm like down by like 1,000. I was keeping score. And then the last round, she's like, okay, we're doing a speed round and everything is 500 points. And immediately I'm like, something came over me. I couldn't hold her back anymore. I was like, beep, 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 beep. I was like pretending like I couldn't click the button the whole show. I was like,
sorry, mine's broken. I don't know why. I'm just trying to make sure it's not stuck. Oh, did I win again? That's crazy.
No, the whole time, every time I got it, I'd be like, oopsie, I didn't even want to answer. And then the last round, I go, every fucking second. And like, Brandon and Heather were looking at me like, oh, now you know how to click the button. I was like, beep, beep, beep. I got like 4,000 points. And I was like, thank you.
No, that's every girl on a first date. You're like, I don't know how to read the menu. And then like 3 dates in, you're like, everything you're going to change about yourself if you want this to work.
No, literally. And everyone was like kind of scared. Like at the end, they were like, where the fuck did that come from? And I go, I don't know her. I was trying to suppress her.
So did you win?
Yes.
Yeah.
I won. So funny. She gave me a skipping rock. because it's like a fake game
I
show.
saw that, yeah.
And they give me the rock, and I'm like, this is funny. Then I walk off stage, and one of the producers like puts his hand out for me to give him back the rock. I go, "This is my trophy." He goes, "Do you want to keep the rock?" I go, "Yeah, I want to fucking keep the rock." And he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Don't fucking take my trophy away, you sick fuck. I'm a winner."
Wait, they were like, the props department actually needs this. CBS sent a really weird email tomorrow. They're like, we think there was a mix-up.
Then I call Des, and I go, "Hey, babe." And he goes, "Did you fucking win?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh my God. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like,
You
chill
never
the
learn
fuck
your
out.
lesson."
You never learn. Like, no one cares." That's my husband. He goes, "Oh my God. You had to win."
Wait,
You had to
I
win."
love when you say husband. It always like freaks me out.
So crazy.
No, it's so crazy.
so crazy.
I'm like, you're what?
Well, how's your husband? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. And
Like,
it's not because I'm like obviously like trying to be single around town. It's just like not good for the
It's
brand.
not the vibe.
Literally, someone called in on burner phone last week. They were like, "Hey, so I'm married." Ew. And Des and I are dying laughing. Like, it's
It's like, stop.
Well,
like
now-
it's literally like we can be, but like don't tell
Don't
people.
fucking say it out loud.
Yeah, like that's so weird.
Also,
Don't say
like,
it out loud.
I feel like weddings are changing where like everyone should just be getting like a small intimate gathering where you look super hot with a photographer. Like, let's
We need small intimate gathering merch. I mean, it needs to happen.
we're working, you guys. We're working on a change in the merch.
No, sorry about our merch.
This is the thing about the merch. We are switching companies
How many times
currently.
do you say merch?
We're switching companies for our merch because, as you know, Paige and I, mostly Paige, takes fashion very seriously. And
Yeah,
we
and our
are
merch
very
company
excited.
literally just like tried to like bring us into the Illuminati, and we were like, no, we can't go. We have to leave you guys.
So look out for a new merch drop. I know it's been years. What else did I do in LA? Then I did shows, and then I interviewed some Love Is Blind cast.
how were they?
They were great because they're just like
Of the most recent season?
I think it was like a combination, but there was like the Jimmy guy, which was
Yeah, yeah,
funny
yeah.
because I didn't watch it because I can't watch reality TV or it makes
I
me
watched
have
it.
agita. But everyone says it was amazing.
Yeah. I said on this podcast that I think Jimmy looked like a thumb, so that's awkward.
I may or may not. I mean, I'm gonna post the video soon. It was actually he was very because he's like
I'm sure
Southern.
he's really nice.
He's Southern, so
Yeah.
like they're just silly.
They're silly.
I had no idea what was
That's
going
definitely
on.
a word for them.
Oh,
down
I
there.
went to Kevin Hart's production company's brunch.
Oh, sorry, we forgot about it.
Sorry, forgot.
Sorry.
Forgot.
What, and how was that?
Well, I was like, I saw Kevin Hart twice this week already,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Do you want to come to his brunch?" And I was
They're
like,
like,
"Okay."
honestly, the guy's everywhere.
There was a giggler. I know there was a giggler on his team. So the gigglers.
Stop. The
So Kevin
Gigglers
Hart's
are
a giggler.
so successful.
And they're so beautiful. No, like every time I meet a giggler, I'm like, "You are gorgeous."
Yeah.
And I can tell when they're like a little more Paige than Hannah, like Paige coded or not. This
Yeah.
girl was actually Paige coded.
It's so funny because when the Hannahs come up to me, that's the first thing they say to me. They're like, "We get it. Like, we're not your vibe." And I'm like, I didn't even say anything. We're at a bodega. I don't even know what's going on right now.
So my favorite is when the gigglers come up to me with two of them, and one of them goes, "She's my Hannah," and then there's some girl comes up like, "Hey." And I'm like, "Me and you, girl." And just like the pretty, the
She like
pretty
walks
girly
out
girl.
from the bathroom.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey." And it's always perfect. I'm like, this is perfect. Whoever has a slick back bun, I'm like, "Your Paige." And they're wearing bows. Like, it's actually like
No,
so-
there you can spot them in a
in
second.
a second. So yeah, the brunch was fun. I ran into Chelsea again, but this is where you have Chelsea Handler. Sorry, you have to be careful. You don't want to overdo it, you guys. What I've learned: end on top. Get a laugh, move on. Get a laugh, move. Always be moving. Get a laugh, move. Don't stay to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
That's what
Go
I've
home
learned.
before that.
Go home. So I was hanging out with Harry Jowsey, who's just picked us up in an orange Lamborghini.
Is he a real person?
No, he's an AI Australian man. But honestly, he's so fucking sweet, and I've known him for years.
I saw him from a distance at the LA Fashion Awards.
Huge.
I think he was just at, like, it was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I think he just happened to be at the hotel. When I walked in, the first thing I thought was, who is that huge guy over there?
Ginormous.
And then I was like, oh, that's Harry Jowsey. And I just was not expecting him to be massive.
Huge. But like, it was just so LA. Like driving in a I was like, can you even spell Lamborghini? Like, how did this even happen?
Yeah.
And it's orange. So we show up to Kevin Hart's rental.
He's really successful from OnlyFans, right? Too.
Yes. And people don't even know.
See, it's so funny. Like, literally, the Dublin portal got shut down because of a woman on
But
OnlyFans.
Harry's out here
just swinging his dick
his
around.
schlong. He said he just shows his butt. That's what he said. And was there any? Oh yeah, I met Jeff Ross. I met Kevin Hart's photographer. He's my boy now. What a crazy job! This guy travels around with Kevin Hart everywhere.
It just takes pictures of him?
At all times.
No, I need that.
I go,
give me that guy's number.
I will. He literally just is everywhere rolling. And Kevin has like a huge.
The amount of times I've thought,
deep.
if I just had a fucking photographer at all times, I'd always get the shot. Have you seen the Miss USA thing?
No.
Something weird's happening in the Miss USA universe. Miss USA stepped down.
Oh.
And usually like when someone steps down, like the first runner up like immediately takes the spot and like whatever. And usually people only step down because like, I don't know, like insane things. Steps down, first runner up doesn't accept it, says nope. Then Miss Teen USA steps down, first runner up says nope. Miss USA puts out a statement like that she's like stepping down. Now there's only like a couple months left
of her term.
So they're like, this is crazy. The first letter of every sentence of the statement she put out spelled out, I'm silenced. And typically they run like the social media account for themselves and like you can see their real personality and whatever. And Miss USA put out a thing that like that will no longer be allowed. Like someone from the company will run their social media like when they win. So people are like, that's weird. And no one's saying anything.
Wait, so you're telling me the Miss Universe USA company is toxic?
First of all, it's a scholarship program, not a beauty pageant.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. No, so we don't know what's going on.
Even as a young girl,
yeah,
I did not support that shit.
Pageants, pageantry.
I don't support it. And I know Miss Universe is like, oh, these are the smart ones. Look.
Yeah, no.
The fact that we're rating women.
Yeah.
Can we not?
No, pageants are.
And I support women in the arts.
For sure.
Like, if you're going to do it, win. I support you. Go off. But, like, no. We saw what happened to Raquel. Like, just don't.
You know what else we didn't talk about? I don't know why this just made me think of it. Gypsy Rose Blanchard doing a Mother's Day video.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
And just being like, I'm allowed to feel how I feel about my mom. And on Mother's Day, I choose to think about like the good times.
Did someone comment and go, what happened? Question mark. Please explain.
Story time.
Wait, story time.
64-part story time. And like, people were just like, this is so insane. But then other people were like, well, she is allowed to like feel how she wants to feel. Like the woman did like abuse her entire life. And it's like, yes, but she also plotted her murder. And look,
I kind of love that she's addressing it. I think it's weird if she didn't. Like, being quiet on Mother's Day, that's fucking awkward. At least say something.
And look, if you abuse a child in any capacity, I think like automatic death penalty. Mm-hmm. Like, I think this woman should be dead. Like,
look,
for what she did to a child.
Abuse is a very complex, layered thing.
Yes.
And the woman birthed her, and they clearly had great times together.
And she was like, she's still my mom, which is like, I get, valid.
Yeah.
Like, there is a layer where you're like, okay, that's still like the woman who gave me life. But I was just like,
get ready with me as I
describe how I plotted my mom's murder. Things that would send our forefathers into a literal coma. Gypsy Rose Blanchard talking about her mom's murder on TikTok.
Can you spell Munchausen?
Absolutely not. It's giving German.
Wait, it is. Yeah, I love how I missed all this news because I was in La La Land.
No, you're literally
meeting the AT&T
That's what the
girl.
Illuminati does. They don't let you see
That's
what's
what
happening in the
what
real
they
fucking world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They distract you with celebrity and shiny things.
I'm like, our portal is shut down. No one's doing anything. How will we know what's happening in Dublin?
Dublin. Also, shout out. I do have shows in Dublin and London. I have a couple tickets left. Go for it.
Here's one thing I will say. I don't know if this is my personality. I don't know if my mom was onto something when she said I was like my dad, or if it's because I'm a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm mad about something, it takes me 2 full
Years.
2 full weeks, 10 business days, a solid 10 business days
To get mad.
to calm down.
Oh, I love how I got everything wrong. To calm down.
So if I'm mad on a Friday,
Yeah.
you better believe that Monday I'm still ripping. I'm still fuming.
See, I'm like never, as a Leo, I'm never mad.
Yeah.
But then once I am, I will lose all the friendships because I will say the real shit, and then I'll be fine after.
It takes me so long to get mad.
Yeah.
But then I'm there and I'm like, well, I'm not going to waste it.
Actually,
Who else needs a dressing?
I lied. I'm mad for the rest of my life. I'm mad for the rest of my life.
I'm mad for the rest of my
I'm
life.
never not. Once I realize I legitimately am like righteously mad,
Mm-hmm.
why would I unmad myself?
I did the reunion on a Friday. I'm going through the airport on a Tuesday. Told someone to fuck off.
What did they do?
Piss me off.
What did they do?
They pissed me off.
They said, do you want oat milk or skim milk?
Because I fuck
you.
First of all, let me just preface. We were at LaGuardia Airport, so you can throw a fuck you out there
Oh, yeah, that doesn't-
anytime.
That's like
any
saying
moment.
hello.
There was this like older woman, like full on mom, but like older than that, who was like mad. She was behind me in line. She was like mad that I was in front of her in line and like didn't feel like I was doing the line correctly. Now I travel literally once a week.
You know a line.
I know the security line. I know how to get through the line. Thank you so much.
I don't know a lot. I know how to get through a line.
So she's like trying to say something to me and I literally don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I am like, wait, is
You're
she?
definitely not trying to talk to me right now.
Yeah, I just like turned. I was like, what? Like I literally said, what? And she just like kept going that like I wasn't doing the line right. And I was just like, okay, lady, like it's Friday morning. I'm like, I'm exhausted. It's a full week later from the reunion. So I get through security. I get my bags off the belt. And I'm walking by her to go to my gate. And I could tell she's like thinking of something up in her head to say to me. And I'm just like, lady, I don't give a fuck what you're about to say to me. And I could tell she's starting to say like, I hope you have. And I just look at her and I go, fuck you. And I keep walking. And I'm
Wait, so she didn't even say anything yet?
No, in the line she had started
I know,
chirping
but for all
me.
we know, she was about to
Apologize.
sneeze. Like,
she was
had
about to apologize.
She could have been apologizing.
For all we know, and I hit her with "fuck you," and I walk by, and I'm like, I feel lighter. I immediately call my mom because I'm like, wait, what? I'm
Then
like,
you cry.
I'm
Then you cry.
shaking.
Yeah.
I go, Mom, I just got into a fight with a lady in the line of the airport.
I got into a physical altercation.
I tell my
I've
mom,
been shot.
I tell my mom the entire story, thinking like, oh my God, wait. Then I have anxiety. Like, was I
Was
wrong?
I in the wrong?
Was I in the wrong? I tell my mom the whole story. My mom goes, good for you.
Good
and
for
I was
you.
like, yep.
Yes.
And I knew it.
It's all you need is your mom being like, you were right, and then I'm gone. I'm away
you need
from it.
one friend to say exactly. And you're like, and that's it. So I'll burn LaGuardia right down. You just redid it. I'll burn it down.
Shout out to my papa, my other grandpa, who I
Right.
don't talk about enough because he's alive and loved my life.
Alive and well gets no love.
Gets no love because he's a literal angel.
Grandpa in heaven was like, wow, the gigglers love me.
Yeah, my current papa, he doesn't listen whenever it gets sexual or
Yeah.
the fart stuff.
We
but,
don't
like,
do that to Papa.
I think he has to tell my Nana what we said because she can't hear.
Right.
So he actually is the ultimate giggler.
It's such a love
My
story.
papa has one of the funniest stories because he's a tough guy from Brooklyn, right? And apparently he was walking the subway, and he tells a story about how he was like, I saw this guy and he was gonna mug me. You know when you could just tell he's gonna mug me. And
No, Papa, but keep going.
he was walking to I could tell he was gonna mug me. He goes, so I just turned and I broke his fucking nose. And me and my brother were like, what if he wasn't going to rob you?
You and your brother are 5, and you're like, Papa, what?
Papa, what? Papa, what?
there are different rules in New York because when I called Craig and told him that story, he goes, "You said fuck you?" I go, "It's LaGuardia. You can literally, that's how we greet each other
But
in
also,
the morning."
if I were to do that to someone, I would then, they'd be sitting next to me on the flight. They would be in the Uber with, like, they would be with me the whole day.
I immediately on the
Changed
phone
your
with
flight.
my mom. I was like, wait, she looked like a bitch that would live in Charleston. If she's on my flight, good. I have more shit to say. But she wasn't.
No, so my papa, the story's so crazy because he was so proud of himself. He's like, I could tell this motherfucker was coming
No,
for me.
I'm
I go,
proud
what
of
if he
him.
just had like a long day at work? He's going home and he's so tired. He's about to see his family.
That guy's version to his grandkids, very different. Very different.
Very different. Also, like, you broke his nose. Like, Jesus Christ. He goes, then I had to get a rhinoplasty. I couldn't afford the surgery. I never got to go to college
He's like,
after
and
that.
never make eye contact with an Italian. You're like, okay.
And with that said, thank you for giggling with us.
This is a journey.
We added second shows to a lot of the shows that sold out. So if you were like, shoot, I missed it, go to our website right now. Linktree.com.
I don't know why you're going to say www.amandaplease.com.
Gigsquad.edu. And
Wait, why are we not gigglysquad.edu?
wait, we could have probably bought that so cheap too.
.org?
It's probably illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. We miss you so much. Bye.